So, guys, welcome back to the Big Apple Hockey Power Rankings, where we're going to go through the Metro Division today, talking about what we're seeing from the teams and which teams we're ranking from the worst to the best. And the guy that's going to be narrating his list today, John had his back in September when we first did it. This was actually, by the way, the original list where we ranked everything. Oh, wait, yeah, that was what we ranked back in September. So I'll show you guys the differences right now. And it's going to be the ones I'm going to read off. And these guys are going to grimace as I do that. So starting with the Pittsburgh Penguins, I think we're all going to have them at number 8. They beat Tampa and on opening night, and they have not looked great, except for against Toronto Maple Leafs.
And now Sidney Crosby is going into COVID protocol.
That was other news I was about to divulge. Who else went into COVID protocol on them? There's another guy.
Dumoulin.
Yeah, that's going to be pretty bad. At number 7, I have the Columbus Blue Jackets. They played very well, but I think they've been overachieving a little bit. It's starting to kind of fall off the rails. Although I hope Elvis Merzlikins ends up winning the Vezina as he promised to do in honor of his fallen teammate. I have actually liked what I've seen out of the New Jersey Devils so far, and the Devils, when Jack Hughes was in, looked pretty good. They're doing this right now without Hughes and Kenzie Blackwood. So, by the way, I've said this before. Great thing about getting older, random burps. Where the hell did that just come from? So it's so I like what I've seen with the Devils so far. The next 3 you can almost put in any other order. I went with the Philadelphia Flyers at number 5. I wasn't exactly that impressed with them. Carter Hart is rebounding in that process. Martin Jones had a couple really good starts, but we also know Martin Jones, and that's going to go south pretty quickly. At number 4, the New York Rangers. They've looked good in spots. That's just what the eye test tells you. And as we said in our original segment before, they've had their moments. Their offense isn't exactly producing right now. They're still under about 2 goals a game. They need to get that on track. I put the Islanders at 3, even though there's fewer games. The Islanders have just looked more solid, and Ilya Sorokin's been carrying them. By the way, that's also the story of the Rangers as well, carried by a Russian goaltender. The Washington Capitals are at number 2. Again, they're all these teams are over 500, and the funny part is sometimes you're looking at them going, "I'm not that impressed." I don't know. And then of course, the only unbeaten team left in the NHL, the Carolina Hurricanes, who have looked incredible. And I still just don't know what to make out of their goaltending situation. Freddie Anderson has turned back the clock to 2015, back when he was with the Anaheim Ducks. And I'm going to bring us back to our 3 spot right there and also show you what we all think about everything. There we go. There's my list on the left. Philk is on the middle and Anthony on the right. And you can see we all kind of disagreed on the Islanders, Rangers, Flyers the most. The Blue Jackets and the Devils, but we all of us had the Capitals and the Hurricanes at number 1. So, Philk, what did you see with the Flyers that you ranked them a little bit higher?
Just a more consistent team. I got to give them a lot of credit for beating Edmonton. They beat Boston, who really isn't all that great. I mean, and they got another win against Seattle. They lost to Vancouver in the shootout, but they got wrecked against Calgary 4-0, and they beat Arizona, who they should beat because Arizona's winless for a reason, because they're a dumpster fire. But I mean, overall, I just, in their wins, they look like a convincingly better team when they win than the Rangers. The only thing that I've liked about the Rangers was their only convincing win, I should say, was the win against Columbus. Otherwise, the Rangers wins haven't really been all that convincing to me. So that's why I ranked them where I did.
Okay. And Anthony?
So I kind of attacked my list at two thoughts in mind. Like, one, proof-wise, like points, technical, and then two, other circumstances. Because, like, sure, the Islanders are only ahead of Pittsburgh right now, but they've barely played, and they're 3-0-2 in the last five, and they're a team that is expected to possibly go all the way, and I think when they get going, they will. But at the same time, you still have to give credit to teams that are playing good in the right now, like the Rangers. I had to rank ahead of them just based on their play so far. The Flyers, like teams like the Blue Jackets, the Devils, they're going to fall off. So you got to take that into consideration. That's why I said you can't strictly go by the standings and points wise, because it's not really how this works. But ultimately, with the Flyers, similar to Philk, I've thought that they've been a little more consistent. The thing I don't like about the Rangers is that and Philk already said a lot of it. They're not really their play has been uninspiring, even in some of their wins, just due to Shesterkin's ungodly play. But they're going to get tested here in these next couple of games. They're good. They're going to start playing some good teams. They're not going to play the Seattle Kraken and the Ottawa Senators, and so we'll really see how they stack up once they play the Oilers, and the Panthers. But for right now, you got to give them your due. That's why I put them where they did. But I don't know. I think if we do this power ranking come, I don't know, January, I think it will look a lot different.
Yeah. Well, the next time we do the division, that's you. So be ready. You're the one that's going to have to read it off. And we're eventually going to get to the top 5 in the league as well. I just want to address one comment, by the way. For the money, Trouba is a disaster. Somewhat right. Could always be Erik Karlsson, who's somewhat playing better right now. I mean, that's just
he has. I see that in there. He has.
Can we get the meme of the do not want dog, where the dog is just running away like that? That's my thoughts about Erik Karlsson.
Yeah,
he's playing better this season than he's played in a while. I'll give him that. That contract is still just disastrous.
That contract is an albatross. And in case if you haven't read The Rime of the Ancient Mariner, listen to the Iron Maiden song, which paraphrases it very nicely. Yes. So, all right, guys, what do you think about our rankings? I'm going to give you one last look at them right now, and that you can see the way that we had them all set up. Basically, honestly, the Rangers in the 3-4 slot, the Flyers in again 3-4-5. You could always just put them anywhere you want. Would you make some adjustments, or are we completely off on anybody? Why do we put Carolina number 1? They're only unbeaten and with a goal differential of +15 right now. Yikes. So throw it all down in the comments below. If you like that video, we got a lot more. So check out any of these that are right over here. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.
Your ideas are intriguing to me, and I wish to subscribe to your newsletter.